Hi guys, it's your favorite realtor Yaba, and today we're bringing you to Oyarifa. Let's hear it from the man behind it all, Josh. But we are so excited to have this insight into what you've done here.
Me too. I'm really happy to have you here, and at least to see, to help us move forward what we wish to do, what we wish to provide to our clients and the people out there. So thank you for coming, and thanks for this opportunity. Yeah.
You're very welcome. Now, I'm going to take you back a bit, okay? Because one thing that we're really interested to hear, and I'm sure you guys are as well, is why? Like how? How did you come up with this vision? When did it start? And we're here. We're sitting in one of your homes, a beautiful home. How did it start to getting to this point?
Great. It's a great thing. I mean, it's a great question that you've asked me. In fact, let me tell you one thing. I was outside there for a couple of years, like 15 years without coming back. Okay. And when I came back, I had nothing, no place to live, no place to lay my head. And not that I didn't have money to invest. I did invest, but I did not get it. So this is what happened. When I was out there.
Out where?
In China. I lived in China for a while, for about 13 years. Yes, before coming here. So when I came back, when I was out there, I was sending money here to build for me, so that when I come, at least I can get a place to lay my head, right? I bought some acres of land and those things. Could you believe that? None of them came into reality. I couldn't get it. I didn't get anything. So all the investment that I had done was gone. I knew a friend who built or sent money to Ghana, and then what he was expecting, when he came, nothing was there. He had to come back to China and said, I'm not going back to Ghana again. He told me. So with all these things, I bought acres of cocoa farm. Ask me, where is it?
Where is it, George?
I do not have it, all right? I have clients that currently they are having their house now in Oyarifa Cottage, that when they built up to Lento, somebody took over. When he came, he never bought it. So I sat down, even though I was doing some courses about greenhousing and other things, doing some researches about all these things. I came to realize that it's not about like people don't have money. People do have money to invest, but it's all about the trust. The trust issues here has been the biggest problem in Ghana. So I sat down and I realized that if these things had happened to me, or the same thing has happened to me, then it means that people also out there are also facing the same thing. When people send their money to their families, their friends that they trusted, they never got it. So if we could do something different from what the people are currently doing, then we're going to be the best. We're going to be able to make life better, solve a housing problem, and then the trust issues that brought about Jolly Hops, in simple terms. Yes. So, and I'll tell you one thing. When you put aside the trusts, there's one thing that also plays a major role of Jolly Homes coming into reality, which is the pricing. So, I did a survey and I realized that it's not that we don't have developers. We have 1,001 developers here. Really. I mean, we have many people developing it, but we are serving few number of people. The question is, why? How? And what can we do to actually support those people who have the money, but they are not able to afford currently? So most of the developers in Ghana currently are serving about 5% of the population. And then there is about 35% of people who can never afford it. And then we have about 60 people who can afford with a little support, either from the government or with the developers. So I sat down, I had all these surveyed, listed down, and I realized that people build in Ghana for so many years, incrementally, like 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever, before they can even complete a 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom. So, okay. So if it is that case, that means that they are willing, they have something to start. If they get a little support, they can do something. And that is what gingered me that, okay, I've got the solution to this. So we started Jolly Homes by introducing these feasible payment terms with people. And when we started, I mean, what you see over here is not just, it didn't start from here. It wasn't started from here. It started way from Kaswa. My first community is in Kaswa. My second community is in Amasaman. And there are a few units over there, okay? So I was building for people, and then they were paying small at Kaswa. And then when I build one, I just take it on and then build another, take it on. And we were providing services for people who had lands. When you have land, we come there, we build for you, and you pay over time. But there is a secret to that. Ghanaians, I can tell you about 90% of Ghanaians are, they want to kill you. They want to kill your company. They want to intentionally kill your company or whatever. I don't know. But that is a fact. So after completing the project, people stopped paying it. So it nearly killed us. As I'm speaking to you, we have thousands of dollars in debt that we have not been able to collect. So it nearly killed us. And I was like, okay, if that's the case, then let us get our own land and develop that place. If we don't pay, we can take it back. So it wasn't that easy that we've been able to build about 150 houses here, and therefore it was easy. No, it wasn't. So that is why we brought about Jolly Homes. One, the trust. Two, why the prices were too high, and how can we build to at least meet the middle class and give them the life they are always expecting. The life that wouldn't bring too much pressure on their pocket. The life that they can still feed their family. You get in the picture?
Yeah.
So that's exactly why you brought up Jolly. So when you see, when you check the prices on the market, I know you want to go there later, but when you check the prices on the market, you can see that we have one of the best prices, unbeatable prices, and the longest payment terms on the market. So that is our main vision, and that is what we are trying to achieve.
Okay, so we'll talk about the payment terms, and we'll certainly talk about the pricing of your homes, because it is, like you said, it is one of the lowest on the market for the quality, the high quality finishes. But let's take it back another step. The name Jolly Bee Homes, that really struck me when I first heard it. It sticks in the mind. Where did it come from?
In fact, Jolly simply means happy, joy. It simply means happy. If you are able to get a house, a shed over your head, how do you smell? How do you feel? You feel like, finally. Finally, like when I see those people who have moved in, and then like, Josh, thank you. I really appreciate it. As you see, what I. That's intrigue. Like, I'm this person that I'm having a house now. So you feel so happy. So Jolly is actually from my name, Josh, and then Lily is my girlfriend, my ex-wife that I used to have, and then her name was Lily, right? So I joined those two and I put it together as a Jolly. So having the basis of Jolly as joy or happy, I just like, it's good. Let me put it over there. However, when we came to register, we realized that Jolly was already registered. So I added the letter B, better, to make to make it something meaningful.
Yeah.
And that's how Jolly Homes or Jolly Baking all about. I mean, that's it. It's very simple.
So you mentioned something very key, that we have a lot of developments, a lot of developers coming on the market now. So what was the journey like practically speaking, coming to Ghana from China after being in China for 13 years? You're Ghanaian, but I'm sure some things have changed here. So how did you navigate your way through as a developer in this market's town of Ghana?
Yeah. This topic it needs a whole day to discuss it. I mean, when you look at the starting point in Ghana, the system is not working. The system is so hard to mingle yourself through. I mean, documentations are so hard to get. Land litigation will just back you off, will push you away from exactly what you want to do. There's so many things that comes in your way, strike goes. But what I always say that if you do not lose hope, you do have a chance in the future. So when we started, I tell you, when it comes to workers, they have very lackadaisical behavior that will kill your business. When it comes to the land too, as I said, it's so huge. However, we never gave up. We started with little by little. We built 1-2 bedrooms. In fact, we started with chamber and hall. I gave the money. I wasn't the one who started. I gave out the money to someone. And you wouldn't believe what actually happened. The money was squandered. When I came, it was just up to the lintel. I was like, what? What we want you to build, this is what you're bidding for us? So we didn't get that. I had to cough out another money and then reinvest into it. We were able to complete it, whatever he started. And lucky we got people to buy. I had to go in to meet a lot of people, tell them my idea. My own big men that I've known, they told you, it won't work. Forget about it. Just leave it, okay?
Wow.
So I never give up. I lucky for me, I met a friend of mine who came to China, who he was working at the embassy, and it's like, he saw me open a school in China. I was doing great in China. I had my own training school. I had about 100 students with teachers that I paid them from Russia, Australia, Canada, and then one guy from Ghana. I paid them myself. So I was okay to stay there, not need to come over. But I had this feeling that I want to do something like to help people who had gone through what I had experienced, right? So I met this man. He knew what I've done in China. He's like, this guy is capable of doing it. In fact, I didn't let him physically invest money. The offer I gave him, I just told him, hey, honorable, this is what I want to do. I'm going to build 2 bedroom, but I need cash to complete the house. Give me, at that time I was selling, just about 4 years ago, I was selling 2 bedroom completed as just $65,000 Ghana cedis. Yeah, 65,000 Ghana cedis. I was selling 1 bedroom at 45,000 Ghana cedis, and with everything.
Wait, I'm so sorry. I have to just stop you there a minute. Ghana cedis.
Yeah, I can show you the picture of that house that
I need to see the picture of the house that you're selling.
No, I will let you show that. To them completed as just 65,000 Ghana cedis. In 1 bedroom at 45,000 Ghana cedis. So I told him, I need just 30,000 or 40,000 cash. 30? Yeah, cedis to complete that house. When he gives me that money, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give him at that time, I'm going to give him 20% of it, of the company. And that's what I told him. And he said, I was okay, good, it's a good deal. You are not actually investing in it. You are actually buying the house. So he bought the house for his sister. And so he gave me 40,000 cash. I completed the house, and that house boosted the market. I was like, oh, glass house. It was a purely glass house. Very nice. And then people were like, okay, I like this house. And then they paid. Now some people will come in and do what we call escrow account. Yes, I tell you, hey, you don't need to give me the money. Put the money into an escrow. I'm going to use my money to build it. Every stage you give me that money that I have already spent. That's how we came about. So I got someone, one manager from one bank. He paid into it, bought into the idea. And then he also got into an Square account about it outside the community, even at the Klagon or so. And then like that. And the first stage of our whole community started. And then I realized that I can do it. So I kept on building for other people outside without giving the money. But after the certain stage, I take the money and like that. So that is how I started practically. But how did I come to this stage? In fact, as I said, I had written proposals, pictures, business plan to 1,001 people. Most of them get rejected and whatever. So a friend of mine told me, in fact, someone introduced me to Emmanuel. He's currently our partner, and introduced me to him. And then he said, "Oh, I think you have a nice idea. I know this person who knows people." So we went to that man. I explained whatever I want to do to him, and he said, "Okay, there's this white guy coming to Ghana. I'm going to introduce you to him." So, oh, okay. So we met when he came. And I explained everything. He brought in one engineer who actually messed up everything. He said the idea he's saying is not going to work because I was going to introduce these blocks that we called interlocking blocks, which is going to save some costs, which currently I have brought it that we have set up. We're going to start using it later, at least by the end of this second quarter of this year. We're going to use it. And this white guy listened to his engineer who he has brought to come and interview us, and it didn't work. I was like, in fact, it came to be a fight between me and that guy. And I was like, you don't even understand what I'm actually saying, and you're telling me it's not going to work, and then that. And later he said, I told him it's a double cavity. And then he hearing that, he said, "Oh, it's a double cavity?" I said, "Oh, that is going to work." Meanwhile, that thing has spoiled the whole business.
Yeah.
However, I had this project at Birmingham, which somebody had brought to me if we can get money. So I discussed, okay, you know what? I have this project. Just invest into that project and then take your money. So he agreed to loan us.
Okay.
And we were able to start that project. It's about some $1 million project, 2-bedroom, 2-bedroom twin tower for the soldiers at the Birmingham. So we started that, and lucky it boosted the company's worth, which attracted investors. So another guy also said, "Oh, there's this guy I was working with in the States. He might be interested because he's an estate developer." So he introduced him to us. And I tell you, it took us one full good year. It's not just like one time. Go, come with emails, messages. First, we sent out a proposal with, what do we call it? A luxury proposal, apartment. It's like, and the man said, no, I'm not ready to invest in such. I want to do something affordable for people, like long term. And I was like, oh. So my friend was like, "Josh, Apaska and Pekio." It's like, it's not going to work because he said he doesn't like that. So they sent me the message because it was a third party. He sent it to the person, he sent it to me. So I read the message and I was like, what? This is good. This is exactly what we want to do. This is exactly what I'm currently doing. So I wrote to him, said, this is exactly what I want to do. And currently this is what I'm practicing. So I sat down, I wrote page by page, explained it, and I attached the payment plan we're actually giving to people outside currently. And then we sent everything to him. And he was like, "Josh, that's it. That's what I want to do. If you are ready to bring me on board, I want 50% of the company. I'll go for it." I was like, "Really?" In fact, in Ghana, you are not allowed to give 50% to an outsider. But he wasn't ready to accept that too. I was like, so we just sat down like, we do not really have much choice. So we just give it out.
Yeah.
And then we started. And that is how Oyarifa Cottage came into play. In fact, the shares that he brought or you bought, the money you received, I didn't spend it on me. I didn't use it to buy largely cars. I said, no, I don't need your money now. I'm going to use that money to buy my land. Afterwards, you bring the money for the model. And then we started the whole project. He agreed. And this is how, practically in short, you've got Jolly Homes, Oyarifa Cottage. And we've got other project also ongoing alongside Oyarifa Cottage and other ones coming up.
What I love about what you've said, today is about highlighting the project that you've done that we're in, and obviously the journey that you took. But this is, what I'm taking back from this is that in order to achieve anything, especially here in this Ghana,
Yes.
you need to have hope.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Yes.
Surround yourself with the right people.
That's perfect.
Position yourself ready for the opportunity. So when it comes, you're ready.
Yes.
And that's not something that everyone can do. You don't look like what you've gone through, Josh, because that's just a tip you've given us, an insight. I'm sure there's a lot that you haven't even mentioned. So guys, I know some of you are gonna just wanting to jump in, maybe even ready to reserve your $2,000 towards your deposit towards